You are welcome back on our lesson on computing. Computing, and we are going to proceed with the detailed analysis of the various components of the computer. In the previous lesson, we have talked about the various components of the computer. We said the computer consists of you have inputs, storage, and processors, and then you have output and a system that controls the computer. Now we are going to look at the details of the input devices, the various type of input devices that are used in a computer. So we'll go down, we'll look at the various input devices. Some of the input devices that we have in a computer. Of input devices in a computer, input devices like the keyboard, we have the mouse, we have the joystick, the light pen, the trackball, the scanner, the graphic tablet, the microphone, the magnetic ink card reader. That's an input device. We have the optical card reader, we have the barcode reader. All of those are input devices in the computer. Optical mark reader, all those are input devices. Now let's proceed by looking at the details of each of the input devices. The keyboard is an input device that enables you to put data into the computer. Yes, like we can say this is how a keyboard looks like. This is a picture of a keyboard. You can see this is a picture of a keyboard. This is a picture of a keyboard. So we continue with our lesson. So you have keyboard of different keys. You have some keyboards that are of one of 84 keys. You have keyboards of 101 keys, 102, having different functionalities. You also have keyboards of 104 keys, 108 keys. So when you go to the market to buy a keyboard, check the functionalities. Whether it's what type of keyboard you want. So the keyboard also have keys and the description. There are various keys and the descriptions. So here we have the typing keys. In the keyboard we have the typing keys. The key include from A to Z and from 0 to 9. These are keys that are used for typing. Then we have the numeric keypad used to enter numeric data or cursor movement. We have what? The function keys. The 12 function keys are present in the keyboard, which are arranged in a row at the top of the keyboard. So you also have the control key. The key provides cursor and screen control. Then you have the feed, which is a special purpose key. We have special purpose keys are also contain some special purpose keys such as enter, shift, cap lock, num lock, space bar, tab, and print screen. All these are the various keys of the keyboard and their various description. Okay, so this what a picture a keyboard looks like I earlier showed you. This is how a keyboard looks like. Then a mouse, another input device. Mouse is also there to ensure that data is inputted in the computer. Mouse is most popular pointing device. It is very famous cursor control device having a small palm-sized box with a round ball at its base, which sends the movement of mouse and send corresponding signals to CPU when the mouse buttons are pressed. What are the advantages of using a mouse in a computer? It's easy to use, very expensive. Advantage of using a mouse, move the cursor faster than the arrow keys or the keyboard. So you see this is a mouse, this is what a mouse of a computer looks like. Okay, the joystick. This is another component of the computer. Joystick is also a pointing device used to move cursor position on a monitor screen. So the function of a joystick is just similar to that of a mouse. Okay, so this is a joystick. This is what we have as a joystick as an input device. We have the light pen. Light pen is an input device. which is used to what similar to a pen. It's used to select or display menu item or draw pictures or what on the screen. So you use a light pen to draw pictures on the screen. So you use this what the light pen is all about. Next input device is a trackball. Trackball is an input device which is mostly used in notebook or laptop computer instead of a mouse. It's similar to a mouse, but in notebook we don't use a mouse. We use what a trackball. So this is a trackball input device. We have a scanner. What is a scanner? A scanner is an input device which works more like a photocopy machine. A scanner will help to do what to produce information that is from a hard copy to a way that is a soft copy, just like a photocopy. Now go the next input device is the digitizer. Digitizer is an input device that will convert all your analog input to what to digital and also convert all your digital input to analog and vice versa. It works like that. Analog to digital, digital to analog. That is how a digitizer works. A microphone is the next input device that we are going to look. Microphone is an input device to input sound that is then stored in digital form. Used to input sound that is stored in digital form. The microphone is used for various applications like adding sound to a multimedia presentation or for mixing music. So use microphone to mix music. So this is a picture of a microphone. The next input device is the magnetic ink card reader. So this is a picture of a magnetic ink card reader device generally used in bank because of a large number of checks to be processed every day. So this is a magnetic ink card reader. The next input device is the optical card reader. This is an input device. This is an optical card reader. The next input device is the barcode reader. Barcode reader. So this is a barcode reader. Barcode reader is a device used for reading barcode data. There's some data that are bad, so you need a barcode reader in order to read it. Barcode data is generally used in labeling goods. So this is a picture of what of a barcode reader. Barcode reader that read data that has been coded. The data has information that has been coded. You have to use a barcode reader in order to decode what that is inside that information. Okay, next input device is the optical mark reader. Optical mark reader is a special type of optical scanner used to recognize the type of mark made by pen or pencil. So it helps you to determine the kind of mark that's made by a pen or a pencil. So you use an optical mark reader to do that as an input device. So this is a picture of an optical mark reader. Okay, we are going to proceed with the output devices. Output devices of the computer. Output devices, example of output devices, we have the monitors, we have the graphic plotter, we have the printers. Monitor. Monitor is to computer as screen is to TV. Take note of that. We don't actually call the monitor because some people call the monitor of a computer screen. No, it's not right. Instead, you call it a monitor. But if it was a TV, you can call it a screen. Okay, that's the right word to use. Don't mix words. So we move forward to the various type of monitors. You have cathode tube, we have the flat panel display. There are two type of monitors. We have the cathode tube, we have the flat panel display. Cathode tube. The cathode tube is made up of a small picture element called pixels. The smaller the number of pixels, the better the clarity. It means that if the pixels are large, the pictures, the clarity of the image will not be good. So it's better to always design if something that the number of pixels will be small in order to make the images to be clear. What are the disadvantages of this type of system? Advantages of CRT. Large in size, high consumption of power, it consumes much power. So this is a picture of a cathode tube monitor. We also have flat panel display monitor. A flat panel display monitor is a class of video device that have reduced volume, weight, and power requirement in comparison to CRT. You can hang them on walls or wear them on your wrist. Current use of the panel display include calculation, video game, monitor, laptop, to mention a few. There are different kind of flat panel display. You have the emissive display and you have non-emissive display. So that is that. So this is a picture of the flat panel display. Flat panel display. Flat panel display. So the next output device that we are going to look at is the printer. Printer is an output device that helps you to display info data that is in a soft copy to a hard copy. So you have different kind of printers. You have the impact printers and you have the non-impact printers. Impact printers, impact printers generally make a lot of noise. Why non-impact printer don't make a lot of noise? Impact printer generally produce heat a lot compared to non-impact printer. Impact printer generally the ribbon is touched when it's being printed. When you are printing, the paper touch the ribbon. But with the non-impact printer, it's not like that. So that is a light view of what impact and non-impact printers are. So this is the characteristic of impact printer. We'll start with impact printers. Impact printers. Characteristics of impact printer are very low consumable cost and low cost, very noisy, useful for power printing due to low cost. There is what physical contact with the paper to produce an image. The printers are of two types. So you have character printer and the what line printers. So those are various type of impact printers. So line printers. So from there we are going to move straight to non-impact printer. The other details are not necessary. That is why I just keep them. I think I can give you the things that are necessary as well as far as this course is concerned. So we'll go from to the non-impact printers. What are the characteristics of non-impact printers? Laser printers, inkjet printers. These are the various types of non-impact printers. So what are the characteristics? Faster than impact printer, they print faster than impact printer. They are non-noisy. They are of high quality. Support many font and different characteristics. Support many fonts and different characteristics. Character size. So let's look at the laser printer as a non-impact printer. As a non-impact printer. These are non-impact page printer. They are laser light to produce the dot needed to form the characters to be printed on a page. Advantages: very high speed, very high quality, give good graphic quality, support many fonts and different character sizes. Disadvantages of laser printer is expensive, cannot be used to produce multiple copies of a document in a single printing. So that is it. We move on to the next non-impact printer, which is the inkjet printer. Inkjet printer is a non-impact printer based on relatively new technology. They print character by spraying small drops of ink into the paper. Inkjet printer produce high quality output with presentable features. Advantages of inkjet printers: high quality printing, more reliable. What are the disadvantages? Expensive as cost per page is high, slow as compared to a laser printer. So this is a picture of what of of the inkjet printer. Okay, that is that for the lesson of today. So we have briefly given the details of the various types of uh, input devices and the output devices. That was that for the lecture. So you can actually explain the various components that make up the input of the computer, detail from one component to another. You can also explain the various components that make up the outputs of the computer. All of that. That was that for our lesson of today. I want you to continue to watch this, follow us on this channel, watch and then share with your friends, those recommend people that may want to watch to know details about the computer system, especially at the beginning level. We are there for you to make sure we render you quality service. Thank you for your time. Continue to watch, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice time and see you another time.